Imagine a world of corporate domination, non-existent class mobility, and a complete perversion of technology. The cold, apathetic dystopia you've been warned of by figures all across the political spectrum. The one that's been heavily sensationalized through pop culture and some of the greatest works of modern fiction. What if I told you that this world is becoming more of a reality with every day that passes, and that it's your fault, or even your choice? To illustrate this, you must first understand one of the core dynamics of capitalism. Economies have always functioned with the concept of supply and demand at their core. People were hungry, so a baker baked bread. People wanted light, so Edison gave them the light bulb. The idea was that those who solved problems and improved the lives of others would be rewarded with profit. This concept is what allowed for the rapid development of our civilization. As a result, we've grown wealthier and our problems have become complex and abstract, making them difficult to understand and even harder to solve. We weren't longing for food or shelter anymore, but for bliss and comfort. We allowed our prosperity to get the best of us, leaving us confused and without purpose. This was a dream for modern corporations. Instead of working to solve real problems and create value, they could sell us temporary relief in the form of just about anything. Every product or service we're shown is made out to be more than it really is. It's engineered to convey some sort of unrealistic experience, lifestyle, or dream. And given our emotional vulnerability as a society, very few of us are able to see past this sensationalism. From sponsorships with cookie-cutter celebrities to company culture and eye-catching advertisements, it's all just a means of exploiting our desire for purpose and happiness. While Starbucks takes advantage of child labor in third world countries, they pretend to care about our name, culture, inclusivity, and the environment. They act as if their company mission is anything other than profit. And despite the laughable hypocrisy and obvious deception, these things resonate with our society on a deep level. It's as if we've all become children who have no concept of malice, manipulation, or greed. Going to Starbucks for a $7 coffee-flavored milkshake is just another part of our culture now, and no one really thinks twice about it. We all know what the nets at Foxconn are for, yet we just can't wait to buy the new iPhone every year. Of course, we think it's wrong and we feel bad for these people, but not enough to actually do anything about it. This is the spineless, ignorant attitude that we've been warned of. It's the prelude to the soulless, corporate-controlled dystopia that we all fear, and it's our current reality.
37.9 million. That's the number of Americans currently living in poverty, accounting for 11.6% of the total population. That's despite the fact that America ranks first as the richest nation in the world in terms of GDP.
The United States is known for having this great abundance, and at the same time, alongside that abundance, there is widespread poverty and economic insecurity.
Keep in mind that the problem here isn't with capitalism, it's with us. Our current situation is one that we voted for with our own wallets. And as we become more desperate in our search for identity and happiness, it becomes easier for these corporations to exploit us. And as bad as that is, it's actually only half of the problem. While we're busy mindlessly giving them our money in exchange for junk, they're extracting every last ounce of our data. And while conspiracy theorists will come up with ridiculous explanations for this, the reality is far more dull. The sole purpose of data collection is simply to make even more money. Your phone and computer are constantly extracting information from you, and there's no real limits to it. They know everything about you, from your hobbies to your political beliefs. When this is done with millions of people over the course of several years, the data accumulates to a point where corporations can effectively create a model of our minds, both as individuals and as a group. And it's specifically at this point where corporations become literal mind readers. As you spend a majority of your waking hours living through your phone, every last thought, conscious or subconscious, can be interpreted through your data profile. Imagine you eat dinner around 6 p.m. every evening. Through your search history and previous Uber Eats orders, this information can be easily extrapolated. Now imagine that as you get home from work with plans to cook a healthy meal for yourself, you get an overly sensationalized ad for your favorite fast food place. Stressed and tired from a long day of soul-crushing office work, you give in and spend $30 to have a subpar burger and fries brought to your front door. Now imagine what could be possible with another 5 years of research and technological advancement. When a handful of the largest corporations accumulate unprecedented wealth and technology, who exactly is going to keep them in check? How are our clueless politicians supposed to monitor the use of a technology they can't even begin to comprehend? Even if they were capable, we all know they would shut their mouths in exchange for a check anyways. And this is the point where our world starts to resemble that of the one seen in a movie like Blade Runner. A few of the largest corporations will have succeeded our governments in every way that matters. Every law that held them back in the past will be destroyed, and our world will become their playground. Both digital and physical surveillance will become a constant. As small business becomes a thing of the past, blatant price gouging will just be another fact of life. The concept of overtime pay or workers' rights will be an inside joke for the older generations. The ability to climb the social ladder will be reserved for only the most brilliant, as they're tasked with engineering the next generation of soul-sucking technology. The entire facade these corporations put up in the past will come crashing down, as they don't have anyone to hide from anymore. Anyone who tries to spark revolution will be completely ostracized and made an example of. And when it's all said and done, we won't have anyone to blame but ourselves. While the entire process was underway, we were preoccupied shopping on Amazon and mentally castrating ourselves with TikTok. We all knew what we were doing deep down, but couldn't tolerate the inconvenience of actually doing anything about it.